Good day, students, and welcome to your office administration class. I am your teacher, Mr. Heron. Today's topic is the multiplicity of staff position in a business. Our objective is, how does the size and nature impact the roles and position of employees in a company? All right, so for this class, we're going to be looking at the small business, the medium business, and that's right, large business. Okay, we want to look at how the size of the business affects or impacts the structure of the offices. All right, now, so let's begin with the small business. Now, the small business is usually owned by a sole proprietor or a sole trader. Now, this person is responsible or was responsible for getting the capital and everything needed to start the business. As such, he enjoys full profit. So if the business is booming and he's making tremendous profit, he enjoys all his profits for himself. On the other hand, if the business takes a fall or it is operating at a loss, he suffers this loss entirely by himself. All right? Now, in a small business, you would imagine that there will be less employees. All right? Now, let's look at the organizational chart of a small business. So here we have the owner or the proprietor. All right. Now, the owner or proprietor may employ a cashier, and he or she, the owner or proprietor, would need someone to carry out administrative duties or clerical duties. As such, they may hire a mail order clerk. And that pretty much is the organizational structure of a small business. All right. Now we can see where the size of the business impacts the structure of the office. In this case, there's only 2 employees. Right? So in a sense, there's only one office, which will be responsible for carrying out all the different functions of the business. All right, so right away we can see where small business, the employees have to multitask or carry out different or multiple functions. So in a small business, the employee is usually not a specialist in any particular area. This means that the employee is not a specialist in, let's say, human resource or accounting or sales and marketing. Instead, they are employed to help in executing the general operation of the business. So they'll be required to carry out several different functions or operate in several capacities. All right? And I would imagine that during the interview process, the owner or proprietor would mention that, listen, you may need to be able to carry out several functions. And that may be one of the deciding factors in hiring this employee. All right? Now, in small businesses, the office worker can usually handle a number of clerical responsibilities or functions or tasks such as sorting files. Remember, we spoke about how information is processed and stored. The employee must have some knowledge in storing files properly. All right? They must be able to schedule appointments. All right? They should be knowledgeable or competent in receiving visitors, answering the telephone. Now, answering the telephone may seem like a simple task, but when a customer or potential customer calls, you want to ensure that even if you can't give them what they were looking for, they leave or they hang up feeling that, this person was well informed or they were able to direct me to where I could possibly get help. All right? So answering the telephone, taking and conveying message, very important. All right? They should be able to maintain inventory and office supplies. Now, maintaining inventory is a big responsibility. They have to ensure that they have all the raw material or everything needed to facilitate production. All right? So maintaining inventory and office supplies, very important. The office worker or the employee will be able to or should be able to operate a number of office machines, such as a computer, photocopy machine, scanner, etc. All right? Now, in a small business, all of these responsibilities or functions will be carried out by the employees with very little, or in some cases, no supervision, right? The owners or proprietor will give them that freedom to execute all these functions, right? Now, the downside is the employees have very little or no say in the management or running of the business, as the owners take full control since they are the ones who invested all the money. They want to keep a tight grip on how the business is managed. All right? Thanks for joining. I hope you learned something.